So now that we know that we've got our Arduino connected correctly, let's have a look at the programming environment itself. So this is where we get to do the code. So there's a couple different sections of the code and there's some syntax to learn. So you can imagine syntax is as I'm speaking to you, there's a certain order of words that need to occur. Otherwise things just don't make sense. So here we can see two main sections. We've got the setup and we've got the loop. In the setup, we do things that we need to do before the program starts. And in the loop, we do the things that we want to do forever. So setup runs once, loop runs forever. So we can learn the most by having a look at the examples. So we go File, Examples. You notice that I have a few more examples installed here. You can do this at a later stage, but you will have all these ones here which come standard. So if we have a look at the Blink program, we'll use this to be able to understand what's going on. So a couple things. If you ever see slash and then star, it means it's the beginning of a comment. And a comment is a section that is not read by the program. You'll also be able to notice that it's in gray. So if I was to remove that slash star, it goes into black and some of the words get highlighted. The reason for this is that it then becomes interpreted by the program. And if you had an error like that, it would basically just come up and say, I don't quite understand what's going on there. You see, I pushed the verify button and it came up with errors. So I can just fix that up by putting slash and star. Certain words were highlighted because they are functions themselves. Like the word second is used as a function in the program. So if we see verify now, we'll see that it's done compiling and it's very happy. Star slash is the end of a comment. So this is what's known as a comment block. We also have single line comments. So they happen by doing a double slash like that. There's another one. Now we're into the setup. And so we go void, setup, open close bracket, and then curly bracket indicates the start, and another curly bracket indicates the end. So the things in between these two brackets are what's going to get executed within setup. Here we're using a function, so this part is called a function, this is called pin mode, and we're passing it two parameters. So open bracket, first parameter, comma, second parameter, close bracket, and we always finish it with a semicolon. The best way to learn this is by examples. So we're going to step through each of this and understand each line. Pin mode is a function that basically tells the Arduino what to do with a certain pin. We need to set them up. Because they can both be inputs and outputs, we need to tell them explicitly what they're going to be. So this one says pin mode. Pin 13, so it's addressing pin 13, become an output. So that's what that particular one does. If we're ever unsure of a particular function, we can always take it and go into the Arduino CC website and look it up there. So the syntax is what we're interested in, the pin and the mode. And by reading this, we'll understand that it actually does indeed set the mode for the pin. And there's another example there. So the Arduino CC library and reference dictionary is very useful for understanding what's going on. But we're going to step through the rest of the program now. So you'll see that this part is contained within the setup section, and the reason for that is before we get started, we want to set pin 13 as an output. We have we're outside of the setup now, and we have a double slash indicating another single line comment, so this is not interpreted by the computer. And then we go void loop, and then we start a new section. So this loop will get run again and again and again forever, and well, basically there is no end. Unless there's something inside of here that stops it, it will keep going forward. The first thing here is something called a digital write function. So the digital write basically tells the Arduino write a logical 1 or 0 to that pin. So either bring it high, so put a voltage on it, or bring it low, put a 0 voltage on it. So the syntax for this would be digital write, tell me which pin you're referencing, and then tell me do you want to make it high or low. In this case, we'll put pin 13 high, and then we've done a function called delay, and we've waited 1000 milliseconds. So 1000 milliseconds is 1 second. We've gone back to the digital write again, and we've brought it low. And then we've also paused for another second. And now we've hit the end, but because we're in the loop, we've come back. And we'll come back up to the top, and we'll repeat it again. You can start to see what this is going to do. It's going to bring the light on, wait a second, go off, wait another second. And so if we upload that to our Arduino by pushing upload, we'll be able to see that.